Now, I'm sure that those of you who, like myself, are fans, probably, this is no secret to you, that the last big UFC card of the year went just yesterday. Today, this is Sunday, December the 20th. So yesterday, December the 19th, was the last UFC card of the year. It was a massive one. And I am pleased to finally be able to say these words, to be able to report this particular fact. Greg Hardy got knocked the fuck out. It felt so good to watch that guy basically get stretched out on the octagon floor and just pummeled into submission. You know, for people who might not necessarily be aware of this, I mean, I did talk about Greg Hardy in a previous one of the test podcasts. And one of the things I said about Greg Hardy was that he represents something about MMA that I really don't like. It's a stereotype. Now, unfortunately, the reason why it's a stereotype is because there are people who fuel it, and that is the stereotype of the tyrant MMA fighter. Now, MMA is a sport where it's structured in a specific way that, you know, it enables that kind of thing. As a matter of fact, I think that if you were to think about it in a certain way, the idea that you could be a tyrant, you know, the kind of guy who's strong enough that nobody can come around and take him down so he can just do what he wants. MMA is kind of set up to facilitate that. I mean, they've got the cage there. They've got the octagon. The octagon has the cage around it. So once you're locked inside that cage, it's just yourself, the referee, and your opponent. And so really, there's nobody else who can jump in there and also get to you. It's just whoever is the strongest man is going to win. Now, my favorite kind of MMA fighters are all of the guys who are strong enough to do that, but then don't do that, right? Like maybe they go into the octagon and they beat their opponents, but they don't do this tyrant stuff away from the cage. And unfortunately, Greg Hardy is not one of those guys. You know, what a lot of people probably don't really know is that one of the things that got him out of his pro football career in the NFL was the fact that he just couldn't keep himself under control. And so things were going on where he was having threatening altercations with coaches when he was in Dallas with the Cowboys organization, which was an absolute debacle. In hindsight, the fact that they would sign him at all turned into an absolute disaster. But that was something that happened there. And then previous to that, he was actually arrested for beating on his girlfriend at one point. And I've seen the photos of what he did to that woman, and it was absolutely inexcusable. And I am very happy to be able to stand here today to finally say that Greg Hardy's ex-girlfriend that he used to like to beat on can finally say that she's seen how well he likes it. And you know what? Unsurprisingly, as we see that, you know, the kind of man that beats on a woman, when he meets somebody who's stronger than him, who beats on him, he doesn't like it. C'est la vie. I don't feel bad for him. You know, in fact, I got to be honest with you, there really are not very many MMA fighters that I literally wish ill on. But with Greg Hardy's history, I got to say that seeing him get beaten on Saturday, you know, that really made my holly jolly. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, you know, the one thing that I think that absolutely nobody likes is absolutely nobody likes a man who beats on women. And I think the big reason why nobody likes a man who beats on women is because they don't ever pick on anybody their own size. That's why they do that.